Yeah. This is the public dream, to catch a fish that big here.
I think at least 25 kilos. Come on!
Yeah, boy.
Come on!
Look at this place, look at this place. It's free, it's free. It's all about effort equals reward. Oh, you absolute dancer. I knew it was big, but it's so hard. I can't believe 8 months. Get a bit emotional. Oh, God.
Welcome back to the Public Dream Part 2. As you might have seen in a previous session, all of our batteries were drained by small carps. So we decided to pack up and head further south. Before we hit the highways, we decided to stop to the Lidl to get ourselves some food for the rest of the week. And then we hit the road. It was a really long drive. We had to drive at least 700 kilometers. And I was really happy and confident about arriving on the new lake, looking for the next swims. But fate has decided different, so my car broke down. My car couldn't drive harder any more than 90 kilometers an hour because there was a problem with the AdBlue. My car said it was empty, but it wasn't. So we decided to drive to the nearest Opel dealer in France, and you will see what's happening there.
Don't laugh anymore, Bonusy. I can cry now.
Yeah, so unfortunately, chatting to the guy, luckily I speak French, and he said that they cannot get the van in to even look at it till next Wednesday.
And it's now Wednesday.
It's now Wednesday, so it's a week until we can get the van looked at. So we're going to get a hotel, have a recharge, and a rethink, and then we've got to phone the company that the van comes from, and hopefully they'll be able to come out and repair it.
Yeah.
But this is a bit of a nightmare on the journey to the third lake, but we will not surrender.
No,
we will
definitely.
make it there.
Yeah, we will make it.
If we have to load everything in my van, we will get to the next lake. So for now, it's off to a hotel. Get a shower because I'm absolutely honking, and
it's been a long day already, and
this has just made it really long.
It's going 70 kilometers up the hill and all of the trucks will pass me, and then it's going slide to 90 kilometers an hour when I'm going down, so
it's not good.
No, definitely not good. And so the hotel, and see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks Opel in France, you've been really helpful.
Especially for the rapid app, forget it. I won't talk about it.
Even it was a really terrible situation where we ended up in, we kept the spirits high, go to the hotel and make the best of it. Enjoy a nice wash, a good night's sleep, charging all of the batteries. We decided to start the morning properly. Go to a local boulangerie for a nice breakfast. And then, next to the boulangerie, there was a...
Just been to the best boulangerie in France. This place does these maxi croissant pain au chocolat. They're enormous. But while we're here, next door is a place called Nord Auto, and maybe they're going to have a look at the van first. I've spoke to the lady inside. She was very, very nice. Unlike the people at Opel that played a violin to me when I said that we've got to carry on our journey, I felt like smashing the guy over the dashboard, which is unlike me. But the fact that he went, oh yeah, what am I going to do about it? We can get it in next week. Opel, you're all a bunch of knobs. Anyway,
definitely.
We found this Nord Auto place, and good as gold. They've said, don't worry, at 9 o'clock we'll plug it in for you when the mechanic comes in and have a quick look and at least diagnose the van. Because if it's something simple, they might just be able to wipe the system and we'll be able to get going at a better pace. If not, Bas has got a long journey and I haven't. And all of a sudden, my van at 68 mile an hour is like a Ferrari. This man is a legend, so he's just diagnosed it as being a problem with the AdBlue. So we're going to fill up the AdBlue and see what it is. This is what we call une légende. That's the answer to this.
So the mechanic did fix the car instantly. He just removed the error in the system of the car, and we tried to fill up the AdBlue, but it wasn't possible at all. So he just removed it and there was no problem at all anymore. I was really looking forward to see the next lake. I've been there in the past, checked it out a couple of times, never fished there, and I just had a feeling inside of my bones that like, there's something really cool is going to happen.
Look how clear it is. I just want to dive in.
You can.
Oh, Bas, this is sick. So you want to go over to that point over there?
Yeah,
Yeah? And what, we just load everything here, get it across?
I think. I really like to speak first to the Germans.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
I think they're German, so
Yeah.
there's a German car in the parking lot. So
What a lovely, what a lake. What a lake, Bas. Look at this place, look at this place. And it's free, it's free.
but it's really, really difficult as well, Bonesy. So
You know,
won't be
Bas,
laughing too fast.
you know, it's all about effort equals reward.
Yeah, definitely.
Look
Suffering,
how clear it is.
suffering is pleasure, isn't it?
That's incredible. I can't. It's such a contrast to that last lake we were at. This is so clear and so beautiful. Ah, this is, I can't wait. Car, I want to get the stuff out of the car. I want to get the stuff out of the car. I want to go everything. Third lake, no go. As with a lot of public fishing in France, not a lot of it, but on some venues the locals get really protective. Now I've turned up at this lake, had a lovely chat with a lovely German guy who knows the locals well. There's some Belgian anglers that were on the point where we wanted to go, and in the night they've had their tyres done.
Yeah.
I think they were breaking the rules, but it doesn't. We don't want that sort of trouble. So there's so many lakes to choose from. Bas has found another one,
Yeah.
good as gold, that happens to be very close to where we were this morning. So we've only got an hour's drive back the other way, but I think it makes sense for us to make a move. So, you know, it saves us, you know, any sort of trouble. You don't want to get into trouble with the locals.
And they all got small fish as well, and get
Small
fish.
fish and catfish. So, you know, we'll move on to the next one and carry on living the driving public dream.
Let's go, Bonesy.
Another lake of paradise with no anglers on Bas. Amazing lake number 4. I'm quite glad we moved. This looks a lot more carpy. We've got islands, we've got snags,
Everything.
and we've got nobody. There's nobody here.
No. You can park your car behind you, so.
Ah, it's just perfect. Look at this. Why is there no one fishing on lakes like this? Fished at over 25 kilos in here. That's over 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Can we get boats out? Because I want to go fishing.
Yeah, just do your thing.
Frank, now,
mate.
I'm fishing.
Bye bye.
You film. So I've had a nose around. It's quite difficult with the islands and stuff. There's a lot of snags, but on the island that's quite close to me, I found like round the side of it, whereas this edge drops off real quick, but that side it's a bit more gradual. So I found about 9 foot, nice and clear, just bits of weed, and what I've done is I've put some bait over it, gone back over with a lucky glass. I can see it's real nice, and then I've dropped a rig just off it, so probably about 2 foot off it, 3 foot off it, drop the rig down so it's the first thing that the fish comes across, and I brought that back in. Now I'm going to go out into the open water, see if we can find some sort of feature, some sort of difference. Then I'm going to bait that quite heavily, put a H block out there so I've got something to go to, because we're going to be here for 3 or 4 nights. I want one area, because the water's quite warm. We're like 13 degrees, which in the UK at the minute we're 5 degrees, so you know this water's warm, these fish will be feeding quite hard, and I've found it's about 16 foot is where I want to be, 15 foot, and I'm going to bait that quite heavily, just because if they're down there and they're having a feed, then I want plenty of bait there to keep them there. And then I'm going to put a rig on that, and then I've got another one going out to the other island where there's a really big snag, and I'm going to have to fish that one slightly different. I'm probably going to have to lock that one up a little bit, but yeah, 3 spots nearly ready. Let's get some bait on some hooks. Doing is using a wafter and just topping the hook in the finger, hook in the finger. They're sharp. Hashtag the sharp end.
Definitely, that's the spirit, Bonesy.
Be a very good day for me, because I'm a nightmare at losing it. Just blob it, and I've got a lovely D-rig there. Just gonna put a little bit of putty where the break is, just so when it comes down, so when the fish picks it up, the bit of putty just holds it and pulls it straight to the bottom lip. I had great hook holds at the last venue doing this, so I'm not going to change anything. Except for maybe the size of carp.
After a long day of traveling, searching lakes, pumping up the boat, putting all the rods in, it was time to have a chill. Bonesy is fishing on the left side of the swim and I'm fishing on the right side. On the left side it's approximately 3.5 meters in depth and I was fishing around 7. So there was quite a big difference between the left side and the right side. I managed to find a couple of spots all around my area and only put some bait in just for a bite to see where the fish are, and hopefully the first night will give us some success. This is where it's all about, boys. It was really tiring, but at the end we will get our rewards. At least we hope.
Bonesy, tell them.
Look at the size of it!
No kissies.
No, it's too big. I'm scared of it. Dad,
Yeah.
we have fishes, we have carps. My third bite in space in the last couple of hours. Every single spot has done fish. The spot on the island there has got one I've just put in the retainer. See a mirror.
Yeah.
Nice to see a mirror. Oh, this is going to be cold, Bas. This is going to be really cold. Oh. That wakes you up in the morning.
It gives you a stroke.
Oh God.
It's a big one, mate.
Nice fish.
Yeah. Do you already have weak knees?
I've always got weak knees when you're around, Bas. You big strapping Dutchman, you. Come on. Don't push it too quick. That's a nice job. That is a really nice job. Come on. Oh, the net's still on. Come on. Where do you come? Where do you come? Come on. And she's in. That's a nice carp, Bas. That's a nice carp. That's a nice fish. Oh, she's another 30.
Definitely, yeah?
Yeah! She's another 30. Look at that. Oh. Ooh. She might be a little bit bigger. So, first fish of the little feeding spell I've just had. Every rod has gone. I've had this one, which is a lovely looking mirror. I'm going to say around the 30 odd pound mark. I had a common, about 20 odd pound. That one's gone back. And then not long ago, I've just landed another mirror, which is bigger than this one. And I'm kind of hoping that it goes 40 pound plus.
Definitely your public PB, mate.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, definitely. It was definitely my public PB. You know, this would have been my public PB. Now we've got another PB and we haven't even had a chance to film this one yet. It's amazing, these places are amazing. It's just gone bang, 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 and it's just like, wow. Oh, it's so much fun. Right, so I've zeroed this sling using another one.
31.
31 pound.
Exactly, 31 pounds.
Look at that. 30, my first public lake 30. Cool. That's your battery going low on your alarms, Bas.
Yeah, going on all night.
Look at that. Right, let's get this bad boy out and have a look at her. And it is absolutely stunning. The tail is enormous. Look at that. I reckon this thing could tow my boat round. Anyway, wet my hands up.
This is a bit different than Liner Fisheries, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Let's have a look then. Let's get her up and have a look at her. Calm down, baby. So I had, when arriving, my first fish was a bream. And you know I absolutely love a bream. But I made a little change and I've changed over to a blowback rig from my Slip D because I wanted to use some bigger baits because I knew if there was big bream in here I was going to get battered using what I normally do. So I took a bit of advice from Bas. He's done a lot of fishing in these public lakes and I moved over to a big boilie with a topper to try and avoid the bream, and sure enough it's worked. I've had this, is the first fish I've had on the bite time, 31-pound mirror. I've also had a common, low 20s maybe, and in the net I've also got another fish that's bigger than this.
Your new public PB?
Which will be a new public PB, that's right.
Definitely.
This would have been my public PB, but now I've got a new public PB. I'm not getting a bucket yet. Said to Bas, I'll have a bucket if we are towards the end of the session if I have another PB because it's too cold today.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your alarm running out of battery. But just look at that. I'm absolutely stoked. And I've still got another one in the net.
Let's slip it back and get out of the big one.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Thank you. Yes, come on. Off you go, baby. Off you go. Let's just get her. Go on.
Come on, Bonesy.
Living the dream.
Slowly comes the winter frost.
Right, I'm going to let you do the honours, Bas.
Let's have a check, Bonesy.
I bet it's something crazy like £39.
No, that definitely not. It will be bigger.
It looks a lot bigger than that last one we had. Right, let's get her up. Oh. What is it? Is it start with a 4? This time it starts with a 4, Bas.
49 and a half.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Yes, man.
Is it? Oh, you absolute dancer!
Yes, man.
You absolute dancer!
I'm not lying.
That's only just over half a pound off my French PB.
Yeah.
Oh my dearie me!
It's half a pound, then it should be 50. But
Yes, Bas!
come on!
Oh wow!
Finally, you're getting rid of the cure, but you're only catching small fish and bream.
Yeah. This is the public dream, to catch a fish that big here. Oh my god! Oh my god! I want to have a look at it. I want to see it again. Let's have a look.
What kind of feeling does this fish give you instead
mate.
of a Bay Lake fish?
8 months in the making, this fish has just made my trip. I was hoping to catch a 40-pound fish, because in the Pay Lakes, you know, a 20-kilo fish is a really good fish.
Yeah.
It is a good fish. 25s and 30s, there is some, but they're so a few and far between. But half a pound shy of 50 is absolutely.
Come on, Bonesy.
Yes. Oh, it's mega. Oh, you absolute dancer. I knew it was big, but it's so hard. Oh, I'm speechless. Absolutely speechless. I can't believe 8 months. Oh, getting a bit emotional. Oh, God. Oh, Bas. Oh, let's get her up then
Yeah.
and have a look. There she is. Look at that. 49-pound, 8-ounce of French public lake, mate. I can't even talk. French public lake mirror. I'm absolutely blown away. I'm so happy.
This is the dream.
This is
Living
exactly
the public
what we
dream,
came
Bonesy.
for. A lake all to ourselves, nearly 80 acres. And I managed to snaffle this one out this morning. I am so happy.
Only one night in. Look at it.
Oh mate, I'm just so happy. Oh God, look at it. Oh God.
Was it strong?
It's heavy. It is heavy. Holding it like this. I'm so happy. So happy.
You don't know what to say anymore.
No, I don't. I'm done for words.
I
and
never
that's
hear you
unlike
speechless.
me. Unlike that for me. Oh dear.
What a fish, mate.
Let's get some snaps done and then get the rods back out, because who knows? There's bigger fish than this in here, I think. But wow, let's put that down. Oh.
This is where it's all about, boys. Catching fish like that on a public lake in France is a really hard graft. And finally, after a couple of days struggling, we managed to do it. And it's just an extra feeling, especially when I'm filming and I've put up all of this kind of fishing, to say to Bonesy like, hey, let's go do public lake fishing, get away from your day ticket scene in England. And yeah, I could definitely feel the pressure on my shoulders. And this is also such a big release when you're seeing a fish like that on the bank. I never forget it, to see Bonesy speechless in front of the camera. He's always having his mouth with him, but now he was just, yeah, it was really cool. You've seen the footage, and this is where it's for me all about, boys. Getting that bass, getting a big fish on a bank, on a public lake, finding your own swims, finding your own lakes, doing everything yourself, instead of, yeah, just go to a commercial lake. I have nothing against commercial lakes, but this is just, I'm trying to explain the feeling. That's where it's all about for me. Carp fishing is a feeling, and this is what I like. And I already can say to you, in this video there will be some more mega fish. So stay tuned and let's go. Let's hope for another one, boys.
Oh, that wind today has been cold, man.
Yeah, it's
Real
like the
cold.
whole day already like the same weather. It's pretty grey as well.
Strange, we arrived here yesterday, got shorts and t-shirts on, and
Yeah,
then today it switched, got cold winds, easterly winds.
yeah,
But we have got fish.
yeah, definitely. But the rest of the day was pretty quiet. And
Yeah.
I didn't had a single bleep
No,
already
it's-
for now almost 24 hours.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Your side of the lake is a lot deeper.
Yeah, I think
looking
it's
at-
2 meters deeper.
Yeah, which could make a difference. I mean, the wind is blowing into my side. Obviously, we're
Yeah.
out on a point, and it's only a small gap links the two lakes. And you'd think the water temperature here, to give you an idea, in the UK at the minute, water temperature is probably about 5 degrees, 6 degrees.
Yeah.
The water temperature here is actually 12.5, 13 degrees. So it's just showing
It's
that.
13.8 even.
Yeah,
So-
which is pretty warm, which is nice. Well, nice fishing conditions.
Yeah,
Which is why
definitely.
we're putting quite a bit of bait in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a bit of a change. Bass
Yeah.
has moved 2 rods over here, haven't you? Actually,
Yeah.
where we're sitting now.
Yeah,
you're gonna
tomorrow
put
I start
right here,
fishing
aren't
over here on the other side, because I didn't see anything at all, and I'm just keeping 2 spots on the same spot that I've
you? Yeah,
I've just
you found that nice plateau, didn't you?
yeah,
So you put them on top of there.
it's perfect, you know,
Yeah.
and it should be doing a bite, but
It shocked me
just-
that you haven't
just-
had a bite.
No,
It really has. Again, what we're talking about, this public lake fishing, it's so nice because you can just do that. You can just move
Yeah.
rods. If you're in the swim, just move them where you want.
how much
You
swims do we take?
I know, yeah.
From UK
Well, at
style?
the minute, we're taking what would be in the UK probably 4 swims, but there's only us here and one other pair of anglers. I mean,
Yeah.
that's it. This is what's
Yeah.
so nice about this fishing, and not only that. Obviously, that fish I had this morning
yeah.
proper
Yeah.
made my trip.
Yeah.
It's made my trip so far. Who knows? We could get a bigger fish.
Yeah, if
There
I
is
could
bigger
get
fish.
also one above the 20 kilo mark, it would
Yeah.
be really great, because it's still March, you know, and
Yeah.
it is these kind of lakes hasn't
20
haven't
kilo
got
fish
any,
in these type of
yeah,
lakes is a really good fish. We're going to have a couple more nights here
Yeah.
and see if we can bag a bigger one.
Definitely
and then
2
potentially
nights
move
we're
on,
staying here,
Yeah.
and then Sunday we will be on the
Moving
road
on a
again.
bit.
But I hope we
Yeah.
will tune in before Sunday.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Well, I've just had a catfish.
Yeah,
So I've had a bream, a carp, and a catfish off one of the spots.
yeah.
Ugh.
Then I will prefer to blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to say it different. You will see it tomorrow.
Yeah,
we will
if
cut
we
the,
get one, yeah.
I will cut out the piece that Bonesy just said. You will see the biggest fish of the lake just in the morning.
That's right. Yeah.
And then Bonesy can film me.
Yeah, I'm
instead
happy
of
to
I'm
do that,
doing it.
Bas. I'd be absolutely buzzing to see you
Yeah.
catch one of them. So.
Yeah.
But for now, it's almost time to get some dinner on and stuff.
Definitely getting
it's
prepped
cold.
for the night, prep some rigs,
Yeah.
and
Hopefully catch some more fish.
definitely.
This is great. There's the carp. That is off. Get away from the snag. Oh, get in, get in, get in. Oh, gotta keep away from that snag. Job done. Job done. Let's get back. Right, so the first things first, get that rod back out on the spot, because where there's one fish, there tends to be more fish. With bites being limited, best option, get the rod straight back out, and then we'll film the fish. Right, where's my bait? Let's go. Forward! Dun, 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 dun. So here we go, a lovely little dumpy common. This one's come off the snag, which is the same place that I had that 49 off yesterday. It's been a really quiet morning, to be honest with you, for me and Bas. The lake seems to have gone quiet since all the anglers have turned up, but what was weird is I had this bite and the angler dead opposite had one at exactly the same time, almost like the fish had just turned up in the same sort of area. Completely and utterly nailed on the D-rig. Been using a couple of rigs out here, the blowback rig when using bigger baits. Oh, I've got another bite. Well, it never rains when it pours. Just had that common and this rod's gone, but I believe this might be a bream. I've got some match mates that'd be absolutely buzzing catching these, but for me they're just a bit of a nightmare. This one looks like it's been right in the wars, quite possibly a catfish has had a go at it, but I mean, just look at this, look at that, what a bream, look at it, well battered. What a slab! Off you go, Mrs. Bream. So the second time this fish has been on the mat due to being rudely disturbed by that bream, but here she is, absolutely pristine and beautiful. You imagine that thing when it gets over 50 pounds, it'll be a corking fish. It's got such a good frame, nice and fat, nice and wide, be a great fish one day. But it's time to look at some rigs, and me and Bas are going to have a little talk through the rigs that we're using out here in France.
Blowback versus D-rig.
That's right, yeah. I can't bring myself, Bas, to use a bait that big.
No.
It's the English in me.
But you did use it on the other lake as well.
On the other lake I did go up to a 22, yeah.
Yeah.
And on the other lake I went up to a blowback rig like you, just because I felt with the big bait on the D-rig, it needs a bit more separation.
I see it a lot in the UK. It's really normal to put your hook bait almost against your hook. The size of the mouth of the carp are way bigger over here. Yeah. Especially when you're using big baits, it's too close to the hook, so the hook couldn't get real good grip in the mouth of the carp.
As they blow the bait out, just stops the hook grabbing hold. You need that bit of separation. I mean, I've got a bit of separation there on the D-rig.
Yeah, and it's quite a small bait as well. It's 18 mil.
18 mil wafter with a little bit of corn, and what that does is it just holds the hook up, but the hook point's almost touching the bottom. It's perfectly balanced, so you know, if a fish sucks that up, it's going into its mouth so quickly, and the hook holds I've had with this on this trip have just been phenomenal.
I think now I'm thinking back of almost 8 days now fishing. Yeah, we didn't lose any fish when we hooked it.
I've lost 2 fish, but both of those were cut off.
Yeah, cut off snag.
Yeah, so a little bit of separation to the bait, job done. No shrink tubing, no nothing.
No, and especially I use quite a lot of putty. Yeah, just to get this nice hinge when it's going in the mouth.
Just make the hook.
Just make the hook points straight at the bottom, and the hook holes are really good, and you can fish with it, small baits, big bait, everything.
Yeah. And I do the same. That little bit of putty there gives me that little bit of a hinge. And what's nice with these is you can change the hook quite easily if the hook link's all good.
Yeah, you only have to trim off the string tube and then just...
It's job done, yeah.
Yeah,
because I reckon...
In fact, you're fishing only with a loop.
Yeah,
it's only a loop over the hook and that's it.
A lot of people do them using a stiff boom, and you can do them with a stiff boom, but I don't see the reason why.
But it's also really nice to test this material. It's now early March, and we from Trakker are really happy that now finally we have our own.
That's everything. Right. Yeah, everything's ours now. And we've got. I mean, this is the Trakker stiff in 25 pound.
Yeah.
A little bit of the putty there, some 2mm shrink tubing.
Yeah.
And then I've got a size that is a size 4 wide gate, which is probably one of my favourite hooks. It just works so well.
A little bit beaked as well.
Yeah, a little bit. So it goes in really well. It holds in really well. I've had great hook holes. Even the breams have been nailed.
Yeah.
And that catfish. And then with this bait with the micro ring swivel there, just sits perfectly. It's just, I'm just really pleased with it. I've got ultimate confidence in it. I'm going to need to take this rig out and drop it out, and hopefully we'll get a carp later on. I'll be able to show you this rig in the carp's mouth. So
it would be really great, Bonesy.
Yeah. Let's
see what the night brings for the evening.
I'm going to get this back out on that spot. Let's go.
Bonesy decided to use his bait boat instead of his normal boat to create less disturbance on his spot. For me, it was another quiet day again. I didn't see any signs of fish, and the other guys in my section blanked as well the last night. So I decided to jump on my pre-baited spot that I baited yesterday. Let's see what this lake has to offer for the last and final night.
So guys, good morning, and it's really been a good morning finally for me, after blanking for almost 2 days and playing to be the cameraman instead of a carp angler. We had so many rain last night, it was really terrible, and finally I get my reward. Got a really nice mirror, and Bonesy's making breakfast right now, so first having a little brekkie, and then we were going to show you the fish, and after that we're going to move to the next lake. Yeah, there are so many other lakes as well in France, and I just want to continue our journey on to the next one. But first, breakfast and the fish, and then I see you guys with the fish. Yes, come on! I just get a bitch slap of this fish.
That's got bitch slapped.
Really hard. Okay,
let's go.
But now he is really gentle for me, because I've been gentle to him as well. Now finally, after 2 days of blanking, got my first carp out of this lake, and I am really chuffed with this one. At least I didn't blank. Bonesy has caught his PB, his public PB on this lake, and I think we had a really good time. It was a shame that a lot of carp anglers came up on the lake, and the pressure.
It's really busy now. It's like fishing.
It's completely
a
full.
really busy day to get at home now.
Yeah, definitely, and especially when everybody's using boats and there aren't that many rules. Yeah, you have to fish in the gaps between the other anglers, and it's definitely not my style of angling. So we decided to pack up.
Let's go.
Let's put this beauty back, and
on to the next one.
I will be a bit more successful on the next venue, and then continue the public dream, boys.
Yeah, come on, Bas.
Let's go, jongens. Let's go, jongens. I'm starting to speak Dutch. Let's go, boys.
Go, lake 4, baby.
On to the next venue.
After packing up all of our gear, there was only one thing to do left. A really nice and refreshing jump in the lake. Bonesy didn't want to join me because he wanted to shower at the services. But when he wants to be a proper public carp angler, you have to dive in the lake and you have to clean yourself in the lake as well. Come on, Bonesy, next time.
boys, almost arrived on the next lake. And I can't wait to see this lake. I've never been to this place, and yeah, it's just amazing to see some new lakes in this session as well with Bonesy. It might be a little bit of a risk, but yeah, no guts, no glory. Let's go, boys. Here you go, Bonesy.
This is proper wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is really the public dream.
Yeah, proper.
We just bumped into a how you say it in English?
Campsite, a gypsy campsite. It looks like someone's been living there and built a little bit of a camp with some tarpaulins.
Yeah, it was
And then left it all there.
It was a good swim though, but I'm not going to be sitting in someone else's garbage for the rest of the week. No, yeah. Just have a look around because I've never been here as well. And yeah,
see if we can find some swim.
Living the public dream, Bonesy.
Yeah, with highs come lows.
Definitely.
You know, it's hard work. There's an element of this public lake fishing that's really hard, and that's when you get to some of these venues that you've heard about and you see them, and you're like, wow, I don't think I particularly want to be here with like thousands of pounds worth of camera kit. There's a lot of kids on motorbikes. There's actually at the entrance to the lake is what looks like a big gypsy park. We saw a lot of people sitting, smoking, drinking. It doesn't feel that safe.
And the carp anglers that we've met as well
were not happy to see us in any way, shape,
definitely not.
With what was going on at one of the other lakes we visited, where someone got their tyres let down, we just feel it's just not a good idea. They just don't look friendly, and the worry is if you're just with your carp gear, and there's a couple of you, it's not so bad. But we're carrying a lot of camera gear, and we've got a lot of expensive gear, and it's just.
And we also have to film on these lakes, and
yeah, there is trouble, and you do get trouble at some of the public lakes if you don't go to the right ones. But we've got another one now that we can go to. Unfortunately, it's 2 hours away, which means we're going to get there at dark. We're going to go and check it out. You know, it's all part of the dream, isn't it? It's all part of the adventure. You've got to find these places, and you know, some you win, some you lose. And
suffering is pleasure, Bonesy.
That's right, suffering is pleasure. This will be the second lake we've been to which we aren't able to fish, so you know what do? You carry on the adventure, you go and find another one. That's exactly what we're going to do, and hopefully the effort will equal the reward, and we'll catch some more fish. Think of dying.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm all good. Surviving.
Good morning, Bonesy.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting night. Woke up this morning, lots of ice. Now we've got pure sun and blue sky.
It's such a beautiful place over here.
Yeah, it's incredible. However, it is another lake that we're going to depart from for a few reasons. One, the water temperature. We put the echo in, just check the water temperature. We wanted to try and find some warmth.
Yeah.
It's sitting around 8 degrees in the very top layers, and this is quite a deep lake, so you know it's going to be quite difficult to try and.
Yeah, it's a barrage.
Yeah, the water's coming in and out. You're getting water from the Alps, so it's cold water coming in all the time. We want to try and get some bites. So the decision we made after an epic day travelling around looking at lakes yesterday, we're going to move again.
Yeah.
And they say effort equals reward, so I think it's time to get these bivvies up.
Definitely.
And head to the next lake.
It's only a half-hour drive, so we'll see you in a bit. Yeah. I think you're fishing too long, Bonesy.
I am. I'm starting to go a bit insane. So we found another lake now, and what's amazing is we're only 40 minutes from where we were before, and this lake we're getting 12 degrees. So of course the water's a bit warmer, so the fish will hopefully be feeding a bit better. There is a couple of anglers on. There's some Belgian guys on the point over there. There's another guy just turned up, I believe he's a French guy.
It's a really small lake as well, but
it is very small on public standards. We've spoke to the president of the lake, and he's a really nice guy, and he said no problem, you can fish, just don't fish at night. So found ourselves a nice swim, middle of the lake, commands a lot of water. We're going to get the kit out stop filming because I want to get fishing.
Yes, definitely.
So let's go. So with a few days of the trip left, I thought I'd run you through the last lake that we're going to be fishing. Now this lake is a little bit different to the other lakes. It's really, really shallow. It's a bait boat only water, so we're not allowed to use the inflatables. It has a 4-rod limit and there is no night fishing, which means we can, the guy who runs the lake's really friendly, and he explained to me in French that you're allowed to fish about an hour into night and you can put the rods out after about 6 o'clock in the morning, which is about an hour before it gets daylight. Now the lake's super shallow. We've been out and in front of our swim with the bait boat. We've found that we've got depth from 2 meters up to about 90 centimeters. So we've spread our bets, small little piles of baits to try and nick a bite and then see if we can build on it. This trip has just been nothing short of incredible. You know, traveling around for this long and doing this many miles, we're 1,600 miles in now. This is the last lake. You can buy your carte de pêche and then you can fish here whenever you like and as much as you like. It's just madness, absolute madness. Now there's a couple of other Belgian guys in here, they've had a few fish. There's been quite a few anglers through the day. Some people fishing for black bass, some people fishing for pike. But for us, it's all about the carp. Now the rods have been out for a few hours today, but tomorrow is going to be the main day of actually fishing. We've had to have a good sort out today, get the kit all out, get it all cleaned and dried. It was all wet from the day before, but for me, I'm pretty confident of a bite. But until those things start screaming, we ain't gonna have a fish to show you. So hopefully the next time you see us, you're gonna have a fish in the bag. First bite's bass. Seems like we caught a little bit of weed.
Oh, now it's get rid of the weed. Good evening, boys. Finally you take, or finally, I'm only fishing for approximately 4 hours. And
we're not long from just reeling in, we've only got another half an hour, we're meant to be reeling in.
Yeah, yeah.
I was actually just sitting there thinking, it's about time I got my rods in. So we have to, what is it, an hour after darkness?
Yeah.
And it's just turning 8 o'clock now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Lucky me.
Got a big ball of weed on it. Was it 32 kilos?
I hope.
You might get wet feet, Bass. It's garbs.
Garbs.
It's a nice garbs. It's a really nice garbs. Get in the net, Bass.
Wet feet.
Get in the net. Get wet feet.
Get wet feet. Get wet feet. Fuck. No.
He's got it.
It's a big one as well.
It is a big one.
Oh. Yes. Yes. Come on. Look at this. Come on,
Yes,
Mosey.
Yes, Bass.
Woo. Come on.
Yes, Bass.
Look at it. Get on.
He's massive. How big's that? Oh, Bass, that's a big fish, yo. Whoa. Yes. Yes.
Get on the wet cocks.
Yes, Bass. Yes. Finally.
This is
First fish. First fish, look at that.
I think at least 25 kilos.
At least 25 kilos, that's at least 50 pounds. Look at that.
God damn it.
That's a big fish, Bass. That's a big fish.
Come on.
Yeah, boy.
Come on.
Oh, amazing. Oh, calm down, have a moment.
I really didn't thought it was this big.
That's a good fish. I thought you got a ball of weed.
Feet are cold though.
Let's get it sorted.
Where's my rod? God damn it! Look at it! Look at the size of this one! Look at it!
It's a big fish. This is a big fish.
Come on, Mosey!
Yeah.
Come on! Come on!
Right then,
Okay.
let's get her out and have a look at her. So you reckon about 51, 52. So let's get that up. See if we can see those scales there. Right, we've gone round once, which means it's 30. It's gone past the halfway point. It's gone past 50, and it's landed 57.
Come on, Mosey! So it means it's
57
50
is about 25 kilo. Maybe bigger, maybe 26.
Living
Yes,
the public
Bas.
dream, boys.
Yes,
Living
Bas.
it.
Oh, we're going to have to convert that into kilos for you. That's 57 pound of public lake mirror. Go on, Bas. Okay, Bas, I've just consulted. 57 pound is 25.8 kilo.
Come on! It's my second biggest public fish ever.
Is
I caught one fish of 25 kilo and then I broke it with 13.5 kilo. And so this is my second ever biggest fish on public lakes during 12 years of carp angling on these kind of lakes.
Come on, Bas. Living the public dream.
Now we're going to show it. God damn.
Speechless there,
Yeah, I'm absolutely blown away by this result, guys.
What we got?
It's it's my second biggest fish of a public lake of all times. Doing this fishing already for 12 years, and just a single hook bait, no bait at all, completely single. And look at this enormous carp, guys. 25.8 kilos. Public dream, baby. This is where it's all about. Suffer is pleasure. And yeah, we couldn't start this lake any better than starting off with a chunk as this one. Unbelievable.
Language.
God damn it. Sorry about the language, guys. Oh my days. This. Oh, I have to put it back. We're going to take some pictures and. Come on! This is where it's all about. Ice and ice, cold water still, but
What's the fish? What's the fish?
come on, boys, come on.
Well, that ain't bad for the first day.
What a moment and what a fish. It was absolutely perfect to start on our last venue with a fish of a size like that. I really couldn't sleep this night, but we had to put up our alarms really early to make the most out of the day. Let's see what the last coming days are bringing us.
Good morning, Bonesy.
Got a runny nose.
How's life?
Oh, it's great getting out of bed at like 5 o'clock to get the rods ready to put them out with bait boats in a freezing cold northerly wind. But we're in the Alps, baby, and you've had a 25 kilo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, mate. It's freezing, that wind is so cold. I really struggle when it's this cold.
Do you know how cold the camera is?
Yeah. I don't care, you're holding it, not me. Oh yeah, we got what we got now. You've got 4 out, I've got 3 out.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the 3 out, and then the 4th one we're going to have a look for another little spot, because obviously you had that fish in really quite shallow water yesterday,
Yeah,
didn't it?
0.9.
Yeah, so that's about 3 foot.
Yeah.
Which is really I mean, the lake isn't deep anyway, but to have a bite in 3 foot towards the end of the day, it must have just, as that sun's up and it's so hot, that sun, you know, you're thinking the shallow areas will be really good. And we saw that the shallow area to our left is a little bit murkier, so there's a good chance that the fish are down there. But we're going to go have another go today and hopefully bang out another fish. But I never want. First, I'm going to put my hands down my pants to warm my hands.
And I'm going back to sleep.
Lekker slapen.
the morning was pretty silent. We didn't say anything at all, and now it's 12 o'clock and I saw two carps jumping over there. So I put the drone up and there's definitely carp on the spot. So now we decided to go to another swim with only 2 rods and then try to nick a bite really fast without baits, just a tiny Ronnie rig. And I think we have to go on the move, Bonesy.
Yeah, boy.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Bonesy?
It's so stressful. Seeing fish and knowing they're there, just waiting is like, oh God.
Rods are in for now 1.5 hours.
Something like that, yeah.
Rigs are straight on them.
Yeah, and the fish just aren't doing anything. It's just so hard. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy.
Come on.
We've chased them all morning and we just feel that in the evening they'll go from the shallower area and move their way back down into the deeper water, because we never saw any up there yesterday, so we're hoping that they'll head back down here. So what we've done is we've positioned rods all the way across the lake, just covering nice little spots, so if they do move down they'll find something and stop and have a feed. But we've only got till 8:30, then we have to reel in obviously for the night.
Sadly enough, we had nothing to report during the evening. It was a really frustrating day as well, when you're seeing so many carps cruising around your swim and they just don't want to feed at all. I don't know what kind of behavior this was. It wasn't really spawning behavior, but it's just really weird. We tried multiple tactics, replaced the rigs, Ronnie rigs, hinge stiffs, bottom baits. We tried absolutely everything, but it just didn't seem to happen. We decided to go to bed really early to be fresh in the morning again. Hopefully tomorrow is a better day.
Morning. Well, yesterday was a very uneventful day. Although we chased the fish around a little bit, they just didn't seem to want to have a feed. It was quite difficult. They just, every time we got anywhere near them, they just seemed to move again. So yeah, we come back, we put the rods out for a few more hours before dark, reeled them in at 8:30 as we're told to. It's quite difficult, this no night fishing rule. It's, you know, because you're reeling back in and then you're thinking, oh, you get so many bites at night that it's quite difficult, and then you're back up early in the morning to get the rods back out, you know, and trying to watch and see for signs of fish, because you've only got that opportunity through the day. And obviously with it still being quite cold, well, in the night time it's cold, I mean it's freezing at the minute, the water temperature's still not quite there for them to feed hard a lot through the day, I don't think. So we're going to get the rods back out again, but I think what we're going to do this morning is just wait for signs of fish and then try and cast to signs of fish, or put the boat to signs of fish and just see if we can snag one again today. It's obviously the last day today, we're going tomorrow, so as tempting as it may be to fish through the night, it's not worth it because the fines are massive. So yeah, we'll get some rods out and see if we can snaffle another one today. So then we managed to find some carp this morning. I walked down the shallow end and could see a few. So we've decided to pack up some bits, come down here, get the rods out, got the rods out, started getting some liners, and lo and behold, this has happened. That there is a JCB that is digging a concrete pipe in the lake where they suck water to water the apple trees. And they've been in the water, hitting the concrete pipe with a sledgehammer. You couldn't write it. Our last proper day of fishing on here. We found some fish. Again, they're down in the shallows, and we've come down, started getting liners, and then that's kicked off. Absolute nightmare. but it's been a pretty frustrating day. You know, this is our last full day on the lake, and obviously we can't fish at night, and we spent the day like watching fish just milling around our spots, but they're just not interested in feeding. I think they've got a real small feeding window, which is early in the morning and just as it gets dark, so we're hopefully going to get a bite into dark, because these fish are around us but they're just not going down for a feed. They're just happy chilling in the sun. I mean, it's been red hot today, as you can see. I'm in my shorts and t-shirt. You know, I'm loving life. It's been really, really glorious, but you know, such a frustrating end to this week. You know, it started off so well on this lake with bass landing that 57. We were thinking, whoa, God, here we go, we could have a few here. And then it's just been difficult to chase these fish round. We've got 8 rods out and different little spots, lovely little clean spots in the weed. They're flawless, it's just the fish don't seem to want to feed. We've still got tomorrow morning. Yeah, we're going to get up really early. We could put the rods out about an hour before darkness, an hour before daylight. So we're going to get out, we're going to put the rods out, and we're going to sit until lunchtime when we need to get going. It's not worth putting them out at night and leaving them out at night. You know, you break the rules here, they don't mess about. It's a big fine. Stick to the rules. It's a shame because as of this Saturday, it's the start of the night fishing in the country. So the different regions have got different rules, and most of them start at the beginning. It's the last Saturday of March is when you can start night fishing. It is quite tiring doing this sort of thing, but it's so enjoyable. You know, these lakes are incredible. There's supposedly a fish over 32 kilos in this lake. So it's so well worth getting up, making that effort every day, getting up, getting the rods out and hoping that one of the fish finds it and we'll get it in the net. But for now, we're going to sit back, relax, have a beer and hopefully have a fish to show you later. Time to get the last rod in, I suppose. Fortunately, no bites before night. So what we've done, sent the bait boat out, just topped up a few areas, so there's plenty of bait there, just to try and, if some fish come down later on in the morning, then hopefully they'll start feeding in that area and we can nick one before we go. But for now, last one in.
Just take it.
Well, last chance saloon, but it feels a bit funny. I don't know if it's a carp or a pike.
Bike?
I don't know. I've just seen it on the surface a minute ago. It only feels very small. Ah, it's a tench. Oh, it's a tench bass. Believe it. Oh God, we've waited so many days for a bite and I get a proper bite. And it's a tench. I'm heartbroken. Absolutely heartbroken. We're rolling, both cameras?
Both cameras are rolling.
It's been an epic couple of weeks, this bass. I really have enjoyed it.
It was really hard, when I have to be honest. I think it's one of my, of course I got a real big fish, but when we're talking about numbers on most of the lakes, it really didn't seem.
No, I think the weather's been, you know, a little bit different, and like you said when we originally planned this, that it had to happen these weeks, and we are a little bit early. We could have done with being 2 weeks after. I mean, it's been a great trip. The first lake started off, it was hard work.
Definitely.
You know, we made the decision to move, and when you watch these videos, you can see, guys, just how much effort has to be put into something like this. You know, we've moved so many times.
And we have tried so hard in this venue as well. Like seeing the fish, you know you're fishing well. Rigs are prepped, everything is good, and you try to do as best as you can, and then they just
didn't want to feed.
It just didn't pay off. Like normally, always when you're putting maximum effort in it, then always you're getting a reward at the end, or an extra reward, because I already got a 25 kilo. But
you think we've done 1,000? We're currently in the Alps, and we've done 1,600 miles so far in 2 weeks. You're turning up to brand new lakes all the time. You haven't, you know, we don't know the depths, we don't know the spots.
Look behind you.
Yeah. I really wanted to have one here and just get that shot, and I had that tension this morning, which was so annoying. Oh God, after not hearing your alarms go for 3 days. I mean, the second lake was good fun. We caught a lot of fish at the second lake. There was a lot of those little commons. It was good sport. We got a couple of slightly bigger fish. went on to the next lake, and obviously I had that fish of 49, which I was absolutely buzzing with.
Yeah, I can still see you screaming
I know,
about
yeah,
how big
when
it
I
was.
seen the weight, because I didn't think it was that big. You know, it's been a pretty epic journey, but it's not the end of it, because we've got a few more coming this year.
Definitely, and now we're going on a real big lake.
We've got a really big lake coming up in the summer. It's about 400 acres, is it? Something like that?
Yeah.
400 acres, that's a big old piece of water, and hopefully we'll have some fish out of there. But for now, mate, unfortunately, the end of this 2 weeks is over.
Yes.
We're going to get the rods in, and we've got a big old drive home. But I hope you enjoyed watching this. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you keep up to date with all this sort of content coming from us. There's going to be plenty more of this style of fishing from me and the big man Bas.
Really enjoyed it, the Bonesy. Thanks.
Let's go.
He did it again.
Can only be classed as probably one of the biggest adventures in my fishing career.